Welcome to Salesforce Field Service. We are doing a little side journey today. It's just Thomas and I on, and we are going to look at Document Builder. So what Thomas shared with me was we have both a service appointment template and a work order template. And the question is, why can't we dictate on the work order which template to go through? Oh, somehow I raised my hand. Lower hand. So that's what we're going to dig in today. So the idea is, in order for me to raise and escalate this to the product team, I'd like to reproduce the experience and therefore communicate to the product team what I experienced and what the expectation is. And if that's something, the question really is this something that's on the roadmap? Are we building this? Or is this something that we just have to, I don't know, do manually, which is not what we expected? Did I summarize that well, Thomas?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So here we go. I'll just create the documents or I have the documents. I need the work orders. Maybe I can keep some of the old ones that I had, but I don't have the template on the page layout. So step number one is let's edit this object. Service document template. Oh, for real, Leanne? That's not what you wanted to do. I think it's this. We'll just put it there. I am going to double check actually while I'm here. I'm going to check the field level security here. Who has access to this? Hello. There you go. Okay, we're good here. All right. So now I guess the question is, what is that ID? So I think it's from here. Oh,
Maybe wrong page layout.
the wrong page layout, or it's the new
Okay.
fancy one.
Lightning pages.
Yeah.
It's always the wrong one you're looking at.
Always. Let's pull this down. I think I did that because I wanted to test Einstein on here, like the whatever this brief prompt template Einstein generative AI thing. I wanted to test that out here. That's why I had that. And I want to pull this over here because I don't want that there. So safe. Okay. What? I wonder what field is required that's missing from the page. They don't really identify what's required here, eh? Look at that. I wonder what field is required that's not on the page layout.
That's what I'm missing in some of those lightning editors. So you get
Yeah.
them all over the place nowadays, but it doesn't really show. And then you're trying to figure it out. And at the end, it's just some field which is anyhow defaulted. Like currency, for example, is one of those when you have currencies enabled in the org.
I didn't realize that it's hiding. Yeah, because this is I don't think I have multi-currency enabled in this org.
Was just more an example. That's what happened to me recently.
All right, so that's saving. It's taking forever. In the meantime, okay. Hopefully this is the right org. Yeah, GB2. Okay, so let me just clear the metadata just in case I have to do that. What are this? Okay, better assign that work order to me. So let's just look at the service appointment. Oh, it's scheduled to me, but to what day?
Okay. Make sure that this doesn't have a service document template.
Okay, I'll double check that.
Yeah.
Let me just clear this or make it. Oh, we're still within. Oh, no, it's not. Am I within the? No, I'm not. I'm going to make it June. This is really slow today. Look at that.
Sandboxes can be, especially
It's
when there's release time.
Oh, that's true. It is. Yeah. Let's just. I'm just going to kick this out. I'm not going to use any kind of magic. All right. Hopefully this is the right org. Yep, perfect. Okay. So that's there. Now the question is, do I have service document on this page layout? I don't know. So let's verify that. Good thinking. Not even on the page layout, but let's just, oh, hello. Validate that it's not populated. And I'll check inspector because that'll be faster.
The ultimate go-to tool, isn't it?
It really is so good. All right, it's empty. Perfect. Okay, so we reproduced the data. Now, let us just open the service appointment. I guess the question is that I have is if it's a service report.
No, that's still the report. It's not the document.
Okay, how do I fix things? Just feel like. How do we get that off? I think I have to. There are some times where you have to generate the service report from the service appointment, right? Sometimes.
Sometimes we have, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And then on my related laws.
But it looks like a service document is not enabled, or?
Yeah,
Check the field service settings in the setup if it's.
That's exactly where I'm going to go next. But
Yeah.
it doesn't look like I've got the service report on the work order either. Let me just double check this page layout. Is the related list? Do I have to update the? Oh, great. Oh. Huh. My internet connection is not good. Could you still hear me?
Yep. All good.
Okay. Weird. So the related list, do I still have to do that on the regular page layout for work orders? I think so.
I'm not 100% sure. It's a while that we switched over.
Yeah.
Could be that it's automatically replaced by service documents once you switch it on in the settings.
No wonder. Yeah.
At least it happens for the button under actions in the mobile app.
Okay.
There, I'm sure.
All right. And then, so we have that. And let's go home and let's go to service document. Oh,
Yeah,
no,
not
it's
enabled
just
yet.
document builder.
Or
Is it in field service settings? Like I thought I was
yes,
going to see like a toggle.
settings or mobile settings. Question why?
So I've got enable document builder, so that's okay. And then I also have this. So I'm going to turn it off and then on again.
Usual trick.
Exactly. And then press save. Okay. I wonder what email it's going to send it to. Document builder is ready. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So now just clear just in case. Yeah, because like I thought that it changes from create service report to create service document. I thought
It
that
does.
button changes, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it's because,
Well, sync is
gosh,
still in progress, so it could be that
it could be the action on the mobile page layout.
that could be still the case that this needs to be changed, but it should change
Yep.
automatically, doesn't it? I'm not 100% sure, to be honest.
This is the thing where you like do it once or twice. You don't do it 5 times, then, or at least 10 times for me, actually. It doesn't get locked into my memory. Yeah, it's been a while since I stood up service documents. Yeah, so create service
Yeah, it is.
document,
Yeah.
not on the page layout. So that's one thing. I can remove this create service report button, click save, and then we'll do the same on the service appointment. There wasn't even a create service report here. Okay, so save. Let's see what we get.
Does the
All right.
mobile app have the same layouts assigned?
Does the
Or
mobile app still have,
the technicians, do they use the same layout, like the feed-based layout?
I believe, yes, but we will
Okay.
verify. Thank you.
It's something I'm
Let's
stumbling on in
verify.
my org always, because we have different layouts for desktop and for the technicians when
Totally.
they have. So
That's right.
okay,
So
it's
field
always
service, I don't even think it's field service. I have a feeling it's a service user. SDO service.
uh,
Yeah, they all look like
it's
they're
all the
having the
same.
exact same one.
Okay.
Phew. Hey, good. Good call.
One of those tiny pitfalls.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Money. Let's just
Still
pull this down and
simple.
refresh.
Could be that the sync is still in progress. That not yeah, now it's complete.
Yeah, yeah. Let me go to the service appointment. Detail. Yeah, that's interesting. Let's just clear it again. Just in case.
Mhm.
It's still sync in progress. Hmm. Very interesting.
Okay. Although activated.
It's going to be a scenario where edit. Maybe I just need to activate it again. Ah, so the service appointment is the default. So I'm not going to assign this as a
Yes.
default. Perfect. So let's go to templates, say template. Let's make sure this is the default. And one thing I want to do, I just want to have, can I just have text here?
Oh, good idea. Helps
Because I
us.
know for sure. I know for sure. I mean, look, no. They look too similar. Activation, assign. Okay, we've got this. Maybe that's what my problem was. I didn't have anything activated.
Okay.
So let's just try it again. Right. Okay. It's so funny. I'm like using my mouse to click on my phone. What's
Happens sometimes.
yeah. What is wrong with my brain?
When using a map, you can synchronize your iPhone even with the newer versions. Unfortunately, deactivated in Europe. I got it when I was in the US. I was
Oh
using
yeah.
it quite heavily. Yeah.
Huh.
It's a new feature which came out recently on the Mac.
Wow.
Remote synchronization. Don't need a cable. You don't need to go through QuickTime anymore.
Wow.
Quite convenient if you need to train.
Full service report.
Why? Everything should be there.
Yeah, it should just be there. Still service report. What am I missing? Okay, now we read the documentation. This is where it's all right. I will surrender. Oh, I probably should have used that one, but let's just see. Okay. Set up.
There are some permission sets which need to be assigned.
I thought.
That could be the reason.
So, yeah, you're right. I
To give you the
thought.
access, that's the section we need to look at.
Yeah, I thought
Is it?
about if I enabled. I thought, hold on. I thought if I enabled this, I wouldn't have to assign the permission set to the users. That's what I thought this did. However, I've never tested that. Because generally, what I would say when I roll this out, I would do it by user as like a safeguard. But
Yeah.
yeah, maybe, okay, I need an E. Wait, let's see what kind of permission sets you have. Right, I don't have that. Let's check the assignments. I wonder if it's just simply called Document Builder. Hey, Lisa, how are you?
I'm well, thanks.
It is just Thomas and I. So we are digging into a very specific problem and thought we would just go down that path today.
I totally see. I
Yep.
like
Oh, look, there it is, Document Builder
Yes.
user. So maybe this is needed regardless of if you have that box ticked. So this will be the difference maker. We had to resort to reading the manual, Lisa. So you must know this is the direction of where
Way to go, Thomas.
resorted.
Way to go, Thomas. You gave her a stumper. I like it. I like it.
Yep. Man,
Looks like I should start in QA. I always hit that hard stuff.
do you? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Like
That's it.
I enjoy working with people like that because like they're the ones that find the holes and poke the holes. And if I can close all the holes, then I know we've got a really solid solution. So I tend to
Yeah.
look for people like you who can just find the gaps. So good. And complete. Ah, it just was a lot faster today. Okay. Seriously?
There could be
They're
still
not showing.
one. We've got a standard one called Field Service Document Builder Mobile permission set as well.
There's a field.
But
Oh, I see. Great. So you're telling me I was too fast again. Sounds about right. That's on par. On
it
brand.
is.
But you have to hit save before.
I thought yeah, I did. So
Okay.
I had document builder user,
Yeah.
and then now we're here to put the document field service, document builder mobile. Maybe I need both.
Maybe also it will not cause any harm.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. So those are the three. Sometimes I will just give myself a little bit of clear my cache grace here. Sometimes I want to know exactly what it was that I needed. So that document builder alone permission wasn't it. Sounds like we need all of them.
Layering it in to
Yeah.
see what you actually need. That makes sense.
It's yes, I'm rushing. Yes, I'm rushing. But also I am really determining what is required. So here we go. 10th time's a charm.
Actually, that field service permission that you need, that they are required, is not too bad. That it helps you rolling it out step by step into the field to individual groups or individual users.
It is the better approach. I do
Yeah.
agree with that. So I'm just going to pull it down and refresh it again because it's still saying create service report. And that is not the experience we're looking for, but I'm still going to wait until the sync is complete. Okay, let's just see access. Here we go. Let's just click on this one. So document builder, this is for to create, assign. Okay, here we go. Dispatchers and mobile workers. So you really need Document Builder and Lightning SDK for Field Service Mobile. So those are the ones that we really need. The Field Service ones, it doesn't seem like we do, but it's this Lightning SDK we have to validate. Although this is about creating a new permission set.
It should be in the standard one.
Select permission set. Yeah, create a permission set. Give it a name. So let's just see. We thought a bunch of permissions. I'm just going to scroll down and see. Yeah, it still says service report. What the heck?
Oh,
So now we're
Yes.
really getting into some deeper territory here. Because it's a custom permission set, let's see who created what. And actually, will I really know? Document builder. So document builder user. This is not even the one.
No,
So
should be the field
for
service.
sure, it's not this exactly.
Yeah.
So then let's check the field service one.
But the mobile one has both options set per default.
Okay, yeah, here we go. System permissions. And then there should be a document builder here. Right, Lightning SDK and document builder. So this is the one. Manage assignments. Let's make sure Gloria Barnes is there. Yes, she is. Okay, let's continue to read the documentation. Okay, so we've done that. Now here we go. So the service appointment related list to the service appointment layout, which is there, and then create a default template for work order, service appointment, and work order line items. Fine. Grant all users.
Service report language.
Oh, is this, I wonder, something? Service report language. Do I not have access to that field?
Only
On
for that
the
exists.
service appointment? Yeah, exactly. On the work order object. Okay, so let's check the work order object. Let's put it on the page layout first. Yep. Okay, that's number one. Save. And then let's check the, oh, I have to do the lightning page. Good Lord. Check who's got field level security here. If it's nobody, then that could be the culprit. Come on. Okay, that's loading. I'm going to just edit this page. I don't know why it says and check your internet connection. Oh, fields. Wow. Okay, everybody has access to it except for the minimum access people. Field service optimization, I don't think we care for that. But yeah, SDO service. Okay. Ooh, what's happening with you? I don't know why it says this. That we've granted access. It's just not on the page layout yet. So I wonder if that makes a difference.
That shouldn't. We don't have it on the page layout either.
Oh, you don't?
No,
Okay.
it's working. They have access.
And it's
but
working, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, it's still saying create service report. So strange. You know what? This might be a hard logout scenario. This might be a hard logout scenario.
That
Good
might
call
be.
out.
Let us just see.
Plug
I
it up.
actually, this is cool, this thing here that they've added to the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's manage the account. And new account. I think it's GB2.
I would love if we could push that kind of from the back end and say, hey, update all the apps and see if they really synchronized somehow. You have to troubleshoot that with a technician who's on the other side of that little pond in between us. It's quite hard.
Yeah. Praise all gods.
There it is.
It's a hard logout. So what I think is just missing in this documentation is just let's just make sure that they haven't. Knowing our luck, it's like the very last line that they share. Like some sort of, assign. Like some sort of call out. If it was like one of those cute yellow boxes or one of these things, just you may have to log out and log back in order to view the change. So we probably could have flattened all of that troubleshooting we just did because of that. So again, I don't know which one of these things actually solved for it. So for sure the permissions, I think, but actually, can we just do one thing? I do want to just check to see if, because I have that enabled because I have that tick box enabled in field service settings, I thought the idea was if you have that enabled, you don't need the permission sets anymore.
Okay.
Thought. So I'm just going to remove it to just document builder remove, because that one didn't even do anything anyway, that one.
Yeah.
So removing that, and then we'll remove this. Thank you for just teasing me, because I've always wanted to test that and I never had a chance. So here's a good. And okay, so here's what I think why we needed to hard reset it. This one I think is okay to do. Just no, wrong. And settings, clear cache metadata. This is just permissions that we're changing. I think that the hard reset is because now we're actually repointing to a different Hyperforce instance. That's where the document builder lives. So we have to reset a connection, which requires a hard reset login. I don't think we would need it for perms or any other kind of modifications like that, I think, but I don't know. Let's just see if it's still is there. Oh, you have to wait a second, Leanne. Yeah, I still have it. I think if you know for sure you're only going to use service documents, so a net new implementation, you're never going to introduce them to service reports. We might as well just start off with service documents.
Yeah. Much
Okay.
better than the service report.
Much better. So, Lisa, just to catch you up here, because I would love your troubleshooting brain here. The
Happy to help if I can.
Yeah. So the experience that we have right now is this service appointment template is the one that's auto-generating because it's been deemed the default report template to use. However, what the ask is, if we've got the work order, here we go, spinning out of control, this guy. Okay. If we've got the service document template populated on the work order, we want the default we want this one to be the default as opposed to the one that we want this to override the default.
I understand.
Okay. And this override, so this is default, this service, we want the work order one to get populated. So our hope was have the work order without, I didn't put work order here, so it'd be blank. That would be here. So in order for us to use the work order, I have to choose select template and then choose default work order template. Okay, template was changed, right? So that's annoying for technicians to do because first they have to realize, oh, shoot, this is the service appointment. But now this is like a known thing. So they're constantly having to think, do I have to change the template? But that's annoying. So
can't you get rid of the other template?
Sometimes we have to run it on the service appointment. So for the scenario where the service document template is blank on the work order, we would want it to default to so I'll show you what I mean here. So see how we've got this, assign this page as a default template. So work order is not default. This one is, let's just verify that this thing worked. Yes, this one is the default. So we're hoping to say, if I set the work order one to be the service document, then let it be that. But if this is blank, then choose the one that we've defaulted to. So we're not experiencing that. So we just want to know if that's something that's on the roadmap for product to build or if there's something else. So we do need both because there are some scenarios where we do need it to be running from the service appointment.
That sounds like a product thing. You're going to have to set it up so that they have the if then. If it's selected from this type of a
Exactly.
air quote job, I don't think you're going to be, if you've already done what you've done, like from what
Yeah.
I've seen.
Yeah.
That's a hard coding issue, I think, my friend.
I think so too. Thomas, it feels that way to you too, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
not after you've done all
So-
this. What else is it going to be?
So
Thomas,
the way
this
that
is
it used
a
to work,
product issue.
actually, Thomas, did you log a case with Salesforce for this?
Not yet. Not yet. I
Yeah.
just started trying it out and I was trying to find ways around it. Let's say it this way.
I think let's do two things. Log a case with Salesforce and then I'll message the product team and ask them if this is something that they plan to address.
Yeah.
Because back in the day when we did have service reports, we did have that capability.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So-
it's for me, the
Also
logic
maybe-
would be really. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Lisa.
No, I was just going to say also maybe you would want to reference this video so that they already know what you guys have done.
Oh, I will. I'm going to clip this.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah,
when you
for
put
sure.
it up on the YouTube
Yeah.
channel, just give him the link. So he's got it too.
Yeah. I'll probably just slice the section. I'll do both. I'll do the, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do both. I'll send the link and I'll slice it. Go ahead, Thomas. What were you saying?
Very much appreciated. What I would expect from a user's perspective would be if there is no service document template ID on the service appointment, we have something on the work order that kind of both will be recognized. If one of both is set, take those and only use the default when there is nothing available. Because you
Oh,
always
I
need
see.
a fallback.
But if we've got both of these,
If both are available, you have to present a selection. Then you have no other choice.
oh, I see what you're saying. So instead, okay, so hold on. Let me just run that scenario again. So if both are selected, when you press this, the first
Yeah.
thing is select template.
Yeah.
You don't see a report. You just go to this page first.
Exactly. And that will make it clear for everybody in the field without the need for training or any hands-on. And that's what it's all about. These little tiny things save, with a lot of service technicians, a lot of time over the year.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Because this is helpful to see this kind of selector. So if you have it populated in both, okay. If you have it populated in one, just go to that one and supersede the default. And then if you've got none, then you just go to the default. It's the word default here is deceiving here. This is just a labeling thing. It would just be the one. But if the reason for you could have multiple work order templates, one could be if it's this type of work or
That's exactly our scenario. We have about 20 different templates. We're constantly switching.
I
There's a
see.
workflow which is populating them automatically to the service appointment or the work order, depending what the need is.
which is exactly the way that I would design it. So,
Yeah.
okay, great. Thank you for sharing the use case. All right, fun times, fun times.
Thanks for going through that debugging session.
I appreciate your patience with me. It took me the whole time to just basically set up service documents.
All good.
Lisa, at the beginning, I was talking to Thomas about next steps. So next week, I'm out next week. So just curious to see if, or I was thinking maybe we take a break. We have to send out the survey anyway. I'm looking for feedback on the date and the time of day. And then the next round, we can either set up a brand new Zoom or what. We got busy, fortunately, with some client work. And now we're going to send out that survey.
Yeah, Thomas, curious if you have any feedback that you want to share with us directly before we send out the survey. Maybe some of the questions would trigger some other questions that we might want to ask other participants.
in regards to the office hours.
Yes.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm enjoying them because for me, I'm obviously not a consultant for other working with a lot of clients because I'm just having my tiny little org with somewhat about 500 users.
That's not
We're
tiny.
working with the team on. I've seen a lot much bigger ones on various affairs. I
Yes,
consider
that's
us
true.
still as a small company in terms of that.
Okay.
I enjoy that very much because for me, it's good to get real world scenarios and being able to discuss such things. Because sometimes sitting, or even my team and myself, we're sitting there and saying, going crazy, hey, it can't be that stupid that we don't figure out how that's being working. And we learned a lot of things via trial and error and haven't had that opportunity to share that insights or findings with a lot of things. So I enjoy it very much. And having the opportunity to go through those troubleshooting sessions like today
Yeah.
and figure out that it's the same for everybody else.
And the
Thank
role
you.
at your company is like you're managing the Salesforce instance, or what is your role at the company that you're in?
I'm something between admin, architect, developer, and also consultant for our other department in the company because we have 4 different, so to say, sections or departments which also have their own Salesforce instances, but they're much smaller than what we are using.
Gotcha.
Most likely, I'm leading the team which is implementing all that changes and managing and administrating it, but I still like to get my fingers dirty to know what the guys are talking about.
That's how I feel every so often. I'm like, yeah, gotta go hands on keys again because can't be too disconnected from the tool. I really gotta know. Let's see what the system tells us what it's gonna do. There's a internal, you work with an internal Salesforce team.
Yeah, we're about 5 people.
Oh, that's great. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Been seeing that more where companies are really ramping up their internal teams and it's like you're operating as if you're your own consulting shop, but it's still internal.
Yep.
But I have been seeing that, and then to offset the implementation costs, a third party costs. So that's great that you can do that, but you're playing the consultant role. Perfect. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Okay.
If there's nothing else, we can wrap. Is there anything like,
Thank you.
yeah, Thomas, is there something that like, so I went to do a recording for inventory management, but again, I got caught up with a client deliverable. So I still wanted to do like an inventory management baseline setup. Is there any other features or capabilities that you wanted me to dig into that you were curious about?
What would be curious for me would be one thing we want to look more deeply in is the optimizer in the near
Okay.
future. We have
Yep.
used it already, the change management with the technicians in that area where it didn't work well
Okay.
from the
What was
local
some of their
markets.
feedback? Yeah.
They were used to do their own scheduling kind of thing. They
Oh,
asked for the
technicians
job.
do their own scheduling.
Yeah, they were used
Mm.
to. And they were used to tell the back office, oh, I can't do this, I can't get there, I can't get here. And with the optimizer, suddenly we gained a lot of things. Maybe we implemented a couple of rules a little bit too hard and we played around too much with it, as usual. But that ended in kind of a shitstorm from the technician side a little bit. And we want to reintroduce it step by step. And there is getting some other insights, how other people are using it or what your experiences are, what are the pitfalls, especially with enhanced scheduling and optimization. Yes,
That's really good. You know what? It would be really interesting to know the reasons why the technicians say I can't go. So the first one that I heard was I can't get there or I'm not available. So was there anything else that they said, like any reason why they say I can't go?
have all kinds of sometimes excuses, sometimes valid points, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
found out with one technician, he was complaining that it's not doable within that time due to traffic and he
Mm.
can't get there. At the end, when the guy in the market checked the car trackers and found out that he was going everywhere else in between when he was complaining
Mm.
about it. So was not a valid
Mm.
complaint. On the other hand, we also have seen some things where we couldn't really figure out why the system has chosen that sequence of jobs.
Okay,
And
that's good.
what is the most challenging thing for us? We do a lot of remedial business there alongside preventative maintenance. And that's most likely one of the key drivers that we want to combine. If there is preventative maintenance for certain devices nearby, just combine it to eliminate the driving time, because it's hard to foresee when things break. So
Yeah.
the drive time is the best or optimizable factor you have in there.
That'd be interesting. In that particular use case, it'd be interesting to see if so the preventative would be at the same site. That's what you're saying?
Most likely, or nearby.
Yeah. Yeah. Or nearby. But it could be or different customer.
Could be a different customer, yeah.
Oh, okay. If it was
That
like the
customer, we
same
have about
site,
sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say if it's the same site, I would maybe see about bundling, leveraging that capability. That might be interesting. But if it's a different customer, you still would want to group your jobs based off of proximity. So yeah, minimize
Yeah.
drive time and maybe, yeah. Okay. You were going to say something else?
Bundling is something I haven't looked into yet, because we're currently living
It's a
off
big
that.
one.
We get individual feedbacks per service appointment, because we're trying to, and that the technicians report their times and on the individual service appointment, and not with the bundles. I wasn't too sure. I haven't had the time to play around with it. If that's still possible to get the data out of the bundle into the individual service appointments like we need it to. Because also there
Yep.
we have then from customer to customer various things, various service reports which need to be filled out, sometimes signed, sometimes not. And sometimes you have, even because we're in public transport, sometimes you even have 2 different or 3 different customers on the same railway station.
That's true. Huh. That's a cool one.
Yeah.
That's a cool one. Just at least make sure that you know that you're working on the right customers.
So that's
Right?
not, that's something we know by the
Equipment.
assets. So yeah, that's
Okay,
something we
good.
know by the asset database.
Okay, cool.
Everything starts and ends with an asset on our end.
Good. Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough to be dangerous. I can put some videos together for you on that. And so inventory is still on my thing. We can go the next time we meet, we can talk about whatever we want to talk about, but we can add that to the list.
Sure.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay. Thank you very much for hopping on, and especially during the hour that it is over there in Germany. Look forward to connecting again. And yeah, I'll send out a communication letting you know what's going to happen next Tuesday. And if we skip it, then I'll see you the following week.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Take care.
Okay.
Thank you.